you have a great system, the push catch system for detox. Can you go into that and how that works? Because it is quite different than most supplements that you just take and supposedly act in the background.
Totally. So we have this core push catch and then things we plug in around it. And, first I started, glutathione at the cell level, this IMD at the GI level, but what's in the middle? And what's in the middle is the liver. So what we need to do is couple the release of toxins to the flow of bile into the GI. And then you got to grab them all there. Remember, I said a lot are reabsorbed. So many are reabsorbed. So push catch at its minimalist core is liver sauce and binder. In liver sauce, there's a couple of programs. The first program is the bile flow program. And these are traditional bitters. I mean, you come from German heritage, and Austrian heritage, and that they use bitters all the time. Traditional bitter compounds, even like the Angostura you put in your old fashioned or Manhattan, that goes back to gentian, dandelion root, various different bitter herbs that stimulate the bitter receptors in the mouth, in the stomach, in the pancreas, in the liver, and move the bile. So that's moving the bile, because remember, the transporters for metals are also bile transporters. So when there's any cholestasis, there's toxostasis. So first program is bile flow. Second program, it has some mast cell stabilization, because the push is not just out of the liver, it's from cell to blood to liver. And when the toxins move out into the blood, they can activate the mast cells. You can have allergic reactions to them, and that winds up inflammation. Remember, inflammation blocks detox. So quercetin, luteolin, stabilize the mast cells. DIM, people think of it only for estrogen, but it shifts your immune system from this hyperreactive toxic side. It's called Th2, Th17 polarity, moves over to Th regulatory, where you're more tolerant. It's immunotolerant. So you got to turn down that reactive capacity. So that program's in there. And then you have NRF2, which is turning up cellular dumping of toxins. NRF2, it's the R-lipoic acid with help from quercetin, luteolin, and DIM. And there's milk thistle in there, which is stimulating a whole number of different enzymes in the liver. So liver sauce is going cell to blood, activate the liver movement, coupling that bile flow, dumping it into the GI. And these are all in this nanoparticle format, nanoemulsion and nanoliposome, that peak in the blood between 15 and 25 minutes. So you get all this coordinated effort, we call it biosynchronous activation of all these things, and dumps all that down in about 30 minutes. That's down in the GI tract. Now you got to catch it. Use Ultra Binder, come in there. You've got charcoals, clays, zeolites, IMD, or metal binder, chitosan. You've got acacia gum and aloe for the GI lining, and you bind it all up. You've activated, moved, bound, and then these things metabolize out of the body. It's a nice, neat little thing. Then you add on glutathione for those cellular reactions, add on kidney care to open up the kidneys, maybe membrane man to phosphatidylcholine source for helping bile flow and rebuilding all the membranes, and everything comes out really fast and really without all the symptoms that you have for others. So like a 2 to 3 month detox is what we used to take us a year, maybe 2 years to do.
Yeah, no, it's amazing how comprehensive you could look at the detoxification process and all the ingredients. And a lot of this goes back to things we knew for a very long time. The bitters, as you mentioned, things from Paracelsus and even before that understood these. Nature provides that, and that's all we're doing. We're tapping into it, making it truly bioavailable and stimulating those things.
And you know what Angostura bitters was? It was developed by a surgeon in Army, and he had they were down in the Caribbean, and he needed one thing to keep everybody healthy. And that's what it was.
There you go. I mean, super important, something so few people use these days.
Yeah.